Yeah.
Oh shit. I was ready to do introductions and hella shit, man. What you want from me?
Got one for you. Got one for you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Ice Cube versus Martin Lawrence.
Catalog?
Yeah. Now, nigga, discography. Who made the better music?
It really comes for me. It boils down to you got Martin, the TV show, and Life versus Friday and Boys in the Hood.
And a slew of other things that they made.
Martin's catalog is way too deep for Ice Cube, so I'm just gonna keep it at those two because those are like the heavy hitters. There's no world where I'm getting rid of Martin. Like, period.
Yeah, that right there was a big one. I was just like,
yeah,
I think about Fridays like one of my favorite movies ever.
And so is Life. So I kind of, we talked about this before, going back and forth with Life and Friday. If we just talk comedy, Friday wins that. But story-wise, Life is a better story.
Right. But then it's just like, just because something is a better story don't mean that's like your favorite over that other favorite, right? Because it's like, if we're just talking one category of stuff, like, yeah, you know what I mean? But we talking full catalog. We talking about everything in one beating the other. So it's just like, yeah, like I can love Malcolm X, but it's just like, and I love Friday. I was like, I don't know if I could live without either of those movies.
I always go to which one I would change the channel on.
Well, I mean, and that's another thing, right? Like, because yeah, depending on what mood you in, I don't want to see Ricky get shot. Like, you know, and comedy is just comedy. You can watch comedy passively. You don't even have to look at it. You can just listen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to even do that. You know what I mean? So it was just like a catalog together. Because like you think about Martin's movies, right? He got some bangers, but then he has some like, what was that? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never been a big fan of the Big Mama's House series.
Big Mama's House 1 is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's cool, but I was like, I'd never have to see that movie again.
That movie's hilarious. But okay, so besides Friday and Boys in the Hood,
all of the Fridays. Let's put that out.
Okay, besides all the Fridays and Boys in the Hood, what else is Ice Cube fighting with?
Higher Learning.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. All About the Benjamins.
That's a really good one too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm not getting rid of Martin, so I don't give a fuck. I'm going with Martin.
21 Jump Street, Straight Outta Compton. Well, he wasn't really in Straight Outta Compton.
All of these movies you're naming are good, but I can't get rid of Martin.
So Martin just like tops all.
Martin tops all.
No, I feel you.
I don't care if you didn't feel me.
No,
Martin tops all.
But you're forgetting about one thing though.
What?
The Are We There Yet series.
Which could compete with Martin if you really think about it.
Good.
Like Martin and
ladies and gentlemen, we are lying.
Lying like a motherfucker. It's just Martin. Martin is like, you don't have to be in a mood to watch Martin.
I was just watching Martin last night.
This is what I'm saying. So when you just brought up your example earlier, you was like, you could put on a comedy. You couldn't just throw a Friday on and be like, I'm ready to sit here and watch this. You could have Martin on the background. You could watch Martin, anything. Martin is like at any time, anywhere. There's never when you're not in the mood to see Martin.
That is true. That is true. And I guess it's depends on what you like as well, because I've heard some people say some dumb things over the years
Don't
on,
even repeat it, man.
and I'm just like, man, I was speaking to my wife about just every group of people, right, on
Mm,
one platform.
right.
It's just like if you were a brand new person in this world and all you had was the internet, you'd be so fucked up in your life because everything coming at you almost cancels the other one out. So it's like,
Mm,
who do you listen to? You know what I
right.
mean? Like, how do you determine whether this is the right thing and this is the wrong thing? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And it's just like it's so many people, like somebody out there really thinks Martin isn't funny. That's crazy to me.
It's like the most. You know what's funny? Okay, tell me if I'm correct in this. Tell me if I'm correct in this analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Martin is the TV show version of what Michael Jackson is to music.
That makes all the sense in the world to me. But it's just the goaded.
So it's like no matter who you are, no matter what age group you are, unless you just don't get this world that we're from. Maybe it's just a black thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No matter the age group, you're gonna find Martin funny. I'm talking about from older people from in your 80s to little kids that just start watching TV shows. You're going to find Martin funny.
Yeah.
The people that don't, this is what I think. I think the people that say Martin ain't funny are only saying that because everybody else says Martin is funny.
That is a thing. I don't know what those. I wish there was a word for those people. And I know it's like one of them is kind of like contrarian, right? Like you're
Mm-hmm.
just against the grain on anything. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like somebody be like, "Oh, well, Fresh Prince of Bel Air." You can't put those two together.
You
It's not
can't,
the
but
same
this
type of series.
and this is what I'm saying. So anybody that says anybody that can look at both shows and say Fresh Prince is funnier than Martin, you're only saying that to piss somebody off.
Yeah.
And if if you're in the world, there's some people who think Martin isn't funny, but you also cannot think any other black show is funny in that case. You can't. You got to be like, I like Seinfeld better. You have to be like that type of person. You can't be like, I don't like Martin. I like the Wayans brothers. The Wayans brothers is funnier than Martin. It just literally don't make no sense. It literally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because Martin was the blueprint. If you really paid attention to the episodes, Jamie Foxx and Wayans brothers pretty
Mm.
much took the same episode from Martin and just made their own version of it.
Yeah, that's all they did. It's not necessarily copycat. They did that. They had their own vision on it, but Martin did it first.
Absolutely.
Martin did the whole vibe of Martin was done by I would say I ain't gonna so Martin in the Living Color had that real black feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Living Color was his own thing and Martin was his own thing.
Right. I
So
think,
it's like when we talk about sitcoms and regular life, Martin is the blueprint for it. As far as the transition went, because of course you had Good Times, you had Sanford and Son and all that. Those were different types
yeah,
until you got to Martin, to where it was like Martin was like the raw version of those. Martin was like the unsafe. We don't know how people are gonna react to it versions of the old school shows. And then once he did it, it was like it opened the door for everybody to do it.
yeah, yeah. And there's nothing I could like say bad about that show other than like I wish it would have ended differently.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But as far as Fade goes, I would definitely give it to Martin just because of Martin. Like
Okay, so
everything
and
else
with
was
that,
fight.
yeah.
Everything else, Ice Cube got something to fight it with.
If we said strictly movies,
That would have been
if
that's
it
a totally different conversation.
it is, it's if it's strictly movies, Ice Cube, it's like you said, the whole you have to think of all the Fridays, not just the first.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think of Boys in the Hood. You got to think of Higher Learning. It's like it's those are too hard hitting because for Martin's side, what you got Life, you got Nothing to Lose, which is a classic to me. You
Blue
got
Streak.
Blue Streak. You got what is it Thin Line. It's like
Yeah.
he got hard hitters, but
There's some bullshit in there too. But then Ice Cube got some bullshit as well, like Triple X. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
okay, so man, I don't want to call that bullshit because it's not so. So Ice Cube bullshit it ain't necessarily bullshit. Ice Cube was making Netflix movies before Netflix was a thing.
Like Ice Cube should have never made that movie.
Triple X is cool though, man.
They had a sequel in it, didn't they?
Yeah, that was true. Ice Cube was in the second one. Vin Diesel was the first one.
All right, so let's do this. Triple X, right?
Mm.
And what's it called? Anaconda. Same category?
You mean as far as movies go?
Yeah.
Same category.
Like, would you put these, like, are these the same type of movie? Like, okay, like Anaconda's not a good movie, right? But it's like you watched it and it's just like Ice Cube's in it. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny because he be saying certain shit. You got Triple X. It's just kind of like a bad movie, but like I guess it's watchable. It's watchable. Like all of Ice Cube. Like, we can sit here and say all of Ice Cube's movies are watchable. You know what I mean? It's like I ain't gonna just shut them off. It's just like, there's something to all of them. Something made me laugh, or something is just like, oh, Ice Cube's in it. I want to see how he's gonna react to this. You know what I mean?
Promoters.
Yeah, it's like those are kind of wacky ass movies. It's just like, why the fuck did he make that? But I'm on the screen, like I'm looking. I'm trying to check this out.
Like I said, he has a lot of movies that would have been straight to Netflix if Netflix was a thing when he made them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like how Kevin Hart's right now, just putting out like movies or whatever. Like
exactly,
like Ice Cube putting out Triple X is crazy to me.
Yeah. It was a cool movie though. I feel what you're saying though.
Yeah,
but it was a cool movie. It wasn't terrible. It was a cool movie for what it was.
I just remember him always having that there.
What? He always got that though.
But it's like he put like
Biker Boys
on it. You know what I mean? He wasn't in Biker Boys, was he?
Yes, he was.
Ice Cube?
Was it Biker Boys or was it the other motorcycle movie?
I know when you're talking about the Torque.
Torque, yeah.
That shit was crazy. That's crazy. That's like under XXX. That's wild.
So if we talking strictly straight, if we was on strictly movies, it's not by a landslide, I wouldn't say, because there's a lot of Martin movies that I love that probably didn't get the big praise. So I would still edge the Ice Cube. But if we talking full category, Martin is not going anywhere.
Yeah, nah. You're right about that. That's too hard. I was like, I was thinking about it when I was like, okay, this fade might go really quick if Lamar don't want to talk about nothing. He'd be like, nope, Martin, bye.
I'm gonna think it out. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna think it out. Yeah. But it's like I said, Martin is just Martin is like something to live by.
Martin is also in House Party and Boomerang
and Boomerang. Yeah. And Martin is winning on that side.
I don't know how you feel about the Bad Boys, but he got the Bad Boys.
I'm forgetting about all of this shit, man. Yeah. Martin got some shit to fight with.
Yeah, I was like, I think I stopped really fucking with Martin's movies like around Big Mama's House too. But then he came with like a couple of jabs or whatever, right? Like he came with Roscoe Jenkins was funny to me.
Funny as hell.
I wasn't fucking with College Road Trip. I saw it. I wasn't fucking with it like that.
That was one that was Disney.
Then he came out with Death at the Funeral. I'm like, okay, let's come. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Kind of funny.
It was some things in there. Then he went downhill from there. Like he hasn't came back since Death at a Funeral, and that was just like you said. It was like this.
Yes,
I'll watch it if it's on. If the facts are that there's so many people in it, there's funny parts that's like, okay, Martin's in that movie, and he has he has a part in that movie that makes me laugh every time I see it.
In Death at a Funeral?
Yeah.
I watched it like maybe 1.5 times. Yeah. It's cool, but it ain't something to run to.
Did you fuck with Black Knight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, no lie, I did.
If it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's a tough fight. I can't. What you mentioned in the rest of those that I completely fucking drew a blank on. Yeah. It's a closer battle than I think. And it's like it all boils down. For me, it has to boil down to the first Friday in life. Yeah. It's like that's what it has to boil down to. If you eliminate those two, then what do you have next? You got what next Friday versus what, Boomerang?
Yeah, or House Party.
house parties. This is what I'm saying. It's a tough ass battle. It ain't no cut and dry if we just doing moves. It ain't no cut and dry. It ain't no landslide. None of that shit.
Yeah, I think when we do these phases, it's like we should do it to where it's just like haymakers and jabs, right? Like who wins the fight, like in a real, like we was really counting, like, all right, like this nigga would be knocked out because this is a haymaker. And this was
that's what we do though.
Mm-hmm. But it's like we don't say it. It's just like more of like I mean, we do say it, but we don't give it like the points, right? Like it's not like a point system. Like this nigga had 5 jabs and 3 haymakers. This nigga had 2 jabs and 2 haymakers. Like who would win that fight? You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I think Martin is just and it could go for different people, of course, but this is our opinion, it's our show, Black on Black Prime.
Yep.
Martin wins this fight with like almost like shit. Like he knocking bro out on a lot of them. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Ice Cube won't get a couple of punches in because he got like he has some really like cemented classics that
right.
You know what I mean? Like
that's why I said it's not like it ain't like he just whooping his ass. If you add Martin, he whooping his ass. I don't give a fuck what it is. But if you take Martin out,
that's the special code. That's when you put a code in the game.
Yeah. Up, down, left, right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But anyways, man, that's our fade. I was not expecting it. I got blindsided with it. That was good. The boy's good. The boy's good. I was about to do all kind of introduction shit. But anyways, man, like, share, subscribe, talk to us, we talk back. We ever review there. Let us know who y'all choosing this fade. I'm gonna put up the category. Please vote for full category, ladies and gentlemen. Please just think about it. Just think about it.
That's why I had to change the thumbnail. I was just like, I wonder if people know what the hell this is. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah. But anyways, we out.
Late. Hey, what up, cousin? What you doing?
Oh shit. What you want?
Damn, why you asking me that?
Sean, if you call me asking me what I'm doing, it's because you got something you want me to do.
Man, you tripping. Check it out, though.
Damn it, see?
Hey, chill out. Why you acting like that? You don't even know what I want.
It don't matter what you want. You always asking for stuff.
Hey, nigga, didn't you just ask me to handle that little thing with the dude and thing, and didn't I do that shit without asking twice? Didn't you say you owed me and it didn't matter what I asked you would do it?
Why you bringing up old shit?
Tanya.
All right, nigga, damn. What is it?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.